Hello there survivors, and welcome back to another video here on ARK Survival Ascended. Today I've been making a little bit of progress here on the center. I've bred up a Chesta and want to check out this saddle and maybe start on a build on the inside of that, as well as been decorating the tech base that I made on the center. I'm also working on a tutorial, but yeah, want to check that out and see what we get up to. Alright, so I'm here at the tech base, and yes, I am working on the tutorial. Hang in there a little bit longer. Soon it will be here. I have been decorating the base a little bit. I've got these summer decorations down there. I'll show them in a little bit. And I'm planning a little garden up here. So I've got some crop plots. I've added some custom cosmetics. Not sure which one these are. I think these might be the K Rustic cosmetics. Yeah, they look quite nice. It's just a different look. And I've got some beehives up here as well. I've brought over a cool looking RG that I got on my community server, because I can now bring those over to my own server as well. So we got these cool blue colors that were made by Ellie over on the community server, and they look amazing. So yeah, I've got a little bit of the summer decorations going on, combination of the Summer Bash event and the extra custom cosmetics that are out there as well if you search for summer. And I've been working on getting my Chesta ready. Now meet Mr. Waylord right here, or Mrs. actually, I don't know if it's a male or female, but yeah, I found a better color, or at least a color that I like more, and I bred it up and we got one with some decent stats. Well, actually didn't really look for stats, I just got the color and it's bred, so it's stronger than we would have normally. So I think it's about time to take this out, get a saddle, and see what it's like. Unfortunately, I can't swim it out. I'll have to cryo it, release it on the outside, and then saddle it up, and then yeah, get the whole thing going. Because unfortunately, they do not actually fit through behemoth gates, which is kind of a shame, to be honest. And then I've also added a little thing over here. Now, you might recognize this building if you've been around for a little bit longer. If you haven't, and you're like, that's a cool base, I want to build that, I do already have a full tutorial for this tech base. This is the ultimate tech base that I built on the end of the island. I've never actually used it as a proper base because I was already done playing the island by then. But yeah, since at some point soon, or soonish, I'm going to be replacing my island server with Aberration, I was like, I kind of want to keep this build around for a little bit longer, maybe actually make use of it. So I decided to add a little bridge here to my water pen over to the land, and basically this is now the land base tech base connected to my ocean tech base. I thought it would be quite nice. I did a little bit of an adjustment, of course, to have the staircase here in the middle of the platform. Then we got the big dino hangar where we can easily park some land tames. It should be relatively safe because we got some turrets around as well to keep everything safe. And then yeah, it's basically the same base that I had designed on the island. Again, there is a tutorial available for this if you want to build this yourself. We got a wing over here, slightly different. Normally the exit is right here, a little staircase going down. Obviously, there's the ocean there still, so I decided to change that around. I placed the entrance here, and now we can access the mainland here as well. This is what I usually use as my dino wing. That's why I've got a little bit of air conditioning going on here as well. I could be breeding and hatching and stuff in here. Probably will start decorating this more properly soon. And then we got, of course, the other wings as well. This is meant as the storage room, where you can have a bunch of storage around and have all your gear. And then this is where I would place the crafting room. So you have a ton of space here for everything that you need, for your replicator, your industrial forge, all your other crafting stations, basically, to get it going. Oh, I see I forgot to add in an elevator here to go up, so we'll have to use the other way. Luckily here in the dino wing I did add it, I think. Yeah, there we go. So yeah, this is the dino wing. We'll go up and we'll continue our tour of this base. Again, I've got a tutorial for this one if you want to build this one. I quite like this design. So we got more room here. We also have this frame, edge frame, so that you can enter with bigger flies and drop dinos in there if you want to start breeding. I've used the ASR, or Architect Structures Remastered glass because it's just a very nice look. But you could also use custom cosmetics or another mod if you have those, depending on where you play, of course. On official, custom cosmetic would be your friend. Then we got the living quarters here, or at least this is what I would use as the living quarters. Got some nice A-frame here with the nice view of the ocean base, Skull Island and everything. I really enjoy this view. But then I also really, well, except the pterodon that's now dead, but I also really enjoy the view here of the redwoods, quite nice and mysterious. And then of course from this balcony, if we're big enough, we can actually see the waterfall and river that starts here as well, which is pretty nice. And then here on the other side, this is where we actually do reach the crafting zone. So yeah, that would be the crafting zone down here. You would have an elevator to go up here. This is where the generator is placed. We got a little toilet room, very important room of course. And then we got another balcony. On the original design, this is where I would have the replicator. Already have that in that tech base, so instead I made more beehives here. You know, figured might as well make it a productive base, why not? And then there should be another elevator here to go up. Luckily I did add that in. And then you can go up to the top here, which has another A-frame, which is a greenhouse actually. So this is where you can grow more crops. And then we have a big roof here as well, with again a hatch frame to drop off stuff if you wanted to. So yeah, pretty cool base. And I'm actually quite happy to now have it here on the center as well, just to keep it around a little bit longer. And yeah, maybe actually use for a little bit, because it is a quite nice base design. And I think they work together quite nicely. Okay, then I think it's time to take out our Chesta and actually see what this thing can do, because I've tamed it a while ago, but I haven't actually used it since, except for a little bit of breeding. And I did finish my beautiful ocean base to house this thing, but now it turns out that it actually requires a lot more space. So yeah, that isn't great. Okay, I got my scuba gear and my saddle, but now I'm a little bit slower than normally. But that's fine. Let's get into the ocean, cryo this thing, and get him out there. Right, cryo this big thing. Oh yeah, I am quite slow. So I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go get on my bird and then just move over to the outside ring. There we go. I'll be even slower now with my flippers, but it's fine. It's just a little step over here. There we go. We can go all the way there. Yeah, so as you see, I've got a little bit of the summer vibes going on everywhere with some of the decorations. I think I might have showed this up a little bit earlier, but yeah, got some fun summer stuff. And some of those things I will actually keep around forever. I think they just fit the vibe of the modern base like this quite well. Okay, I can't jump over this, so I'm gonna have to jump into the water on this side and then just swim through my gate and then release my Chesta. Alright, seems clear enough around. Let's see if we can... Yep, there we go. Put the saddle on. Let's check this out. Alright, let's see what this looks like. We got our Chesta right here. Yeah, the saddle is so low beneath it, which I think I would be fine with this if you could detach the submarine and also use the saddle without, or there was a saddle without the submarine. But yeah, this is a lot of space. And even here in my tech base, where I have a decent amount of depth below the surface, it's nowhere near deep enough. Like, only the deep sea is deep enough to keep these things, which pretty much means that I now have to keep this thing outside of my base forever. You know, of course, it would be still quite safe here, because I could place some turrets around in the water. Probably would be totally fine. But yeah, it just makes these things really hard to keep around and park in a safe way. I guess they do look really cool with these saddles and all the tech looking stuff. So that's pretty cool. Oh, we got a wild one over there as well. But yeah, they look quite cool. They look really nice. All right, let's check out this base down here in the saddle. There we go. Now we got this. I think now we can go back to normal. So yeah, it is quite cool to actually have a proper submarine. I'm gonna be attacked now. Let's see what happens. I'm gonna start fighting. We probably should be fine. I mean, we're pretty strong. I must say it's quite cool to see how well this works. Like the submarine part actually seems to work quite well. Got the attack door. Building in here, like, I don't think you should do too many custom like walls and stuff, because obviously it's going to probably clip outside, but you can at least decorate the place quite nicely, I think. Okay. Oh, we got some abilities. So I've got myself some torpedoes. I think I now know how these work as well, so I can shoot them like this, and then this fish. Sometimes it's quite annoying because the radius of this thing is... There we go. Now I do seem to be able to hit it again. So yeah, not the fastest fighter or swimmer, but it's quite strong. Decent damage. Pretty tanky. And then the torpedoes are pretty fun to use, I would say. Definitely makes this feel a lot better to be able to do this. You can fire them reasonably fast. Doesn't seem to be doing much damage to that. So yeah, I think it's fun. I don't know if I'm going to use this very often because, I mean, it is quite slow. And it's hard to park anywhere. I can't cryo it, I think. Well, maybe now I still can, but as soon as I would assume if you start building inside, you won't be able to actually cryo it, most likely. So yeah, but it is fun. I'll just park it right here, and hopefully it will be all good right here. I do like the look of these lights. So yeah, what I might do is add a little bit of extra security around this corner, especially underwater, for protection for my Chesta. And yeah, I might be decorating that soon, see if we can make a proper base out of it. I don't know what you would want to have inside the Chesta. I guess some storage, maybe some smelting options and cryo, stuff like that, so that you could go deep down into the ocean and then maybe take like a Dunkio or something out and then start harvesting stuff. Probably that's one of the most likely scenarios. But yeah, I think I'll do that in the next video. Already done a little bit. Yeah, needed to show off, of course, my new addition to the land base. And yeah, the Chesta is pretty fun. At least now we've at least tried it, you know. Yeah, I still definitely needed to do that. Anyway, let me know what kind of things I would have to do inside of the Chesta base. I might do that in one of the next episodes. And then thank you so much for joining me today. Hopefully you enjoyed, and I hope to see you around in the next video. Goodbye.